Hi. I see you, Lincoln. How is everyone? We are live tonight doing kind of a special evening, right? This is Namaste, Chetna. So what we're doing tonight is this interspiritual kirtan with the folks that I did a program with called Nightwatch at Ram Ram, Sue. The folks I did a program with called Nightwatch at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York City. I'm in Brooklyn. And so we did that for so many years, and it was run by Reverend Patti Welch and her husband Lee Welch. And so they're going to be singing tonight. Patty's going to lead a guided meditation. And Ram Ram, hi everybody. I'm glad you're doing fine. Boston, hello. Hi Mana, hi Gayatri, Jennifer, Michael, Annie. So Nightwatch was really like a retreat that people would come, mostly church groups from all over the Northeast and sometimes the South. They would make the pilgrimage and they would stay the night, and we would have this midnight mass, and we would sing, we would chant, and we would do a labyrinth. We would walk a labyrinth. We would have, we did sacred writing. We did, they had a scavenger hunt. We did, really like, it was really like a beautiful gathering in which I felt very much at home. For me, it felt kind of like Kenchidam, but in New York City, right? Like I felt that presence. And when we did the Eucharist, it was that kind of really deep connection. And so I've really been missing them. Patty and Lee have since moved to Portland, Oregon. Hi, John. Hi, Maria. And of course, COVID hit, right? When COVID hit, Nightwatch, the program stopped. We had to cancel whatever the last program we were about to do was canceled. And so it ended kind of abruptly in our mid-season. And, it really was a special place for me to reconnect and restore. And that's what it was for everybody. So I really hope that tonight you get a little bit of that from the folks that are joining. So I'm going to start us off. I'll do what we do a lot here. I'm going to do Hanuman Chalisa to start. I'm going to do the melody I did there at the cathedral with them. I would do Sri Ram Jai Ram because people didn't really know the Hanuman Chalisa. That's a lot to ask for new, first timers. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Lorraine. Lorraine was part of our Nightwatch crew. I'm hoping some more people comment that we're part of Nightwatch that are joining us tonight. So I'll start with the Hanuman Chalisa. Of course, we'll do our usual thing. And then I'm going to hand it over to Lee and Patty. And Lee, Patty will talk a little bit more about Nightwatch and that tradition, what that is. And they'll do some of the tunes we did. A lot of them Lee wrote the melody for. And I'll sing some more of the tunes we did at Nightwatch, an old gospel tune that I love, that I resurrected from high school, that we did, that I can sort of kind of play. It'll be fine. All right, let's Chalisa. We'll Om first. We've put the link in there for the words. Anybody who needs the words to the Hanuman Chalisa. 40 verses in praise of Lord Hanuman. Oh, one thing, before we Om and before we start the Hanuman Chalisa, hi Jeanette, I do want to say that this prayer, for those of you who haven't chanted it with me before, this prayer, my teacher, my guru, Sri Siddhi Ma would say, has the power to make the impossible possible. Chanting the Hanuman Chalisa has the power to make the impossible possible. And in this prayer, we're reminding Hanuman of all his powers. He's here behind me. Wait. That's Hanuman. We're reminding him of his great powers. He's forgotten them. Hi, Lynn. Because when he was a baby monkey, he was messing around and he was juggling some rishis, who are these saints, these sages. And this was, thousands of years ago, in another yuga, another time altogether. And anyway, they got upset. They didn't like it. They got angry. They cursed him that he would forget all his powers until reminded. So we are reminding him of all of his powers. We are reminding him of who he truly is and what he's truly capable of. And we are reminding ourselves of who we truly are and what we are truly capable of. Okay.
रघुपति की बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय परताई समबाई। सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावे, अस खाई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद शारद सहित ईसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहांते, कवि Kovidakai sakai kante Tuma upakara sugriva hikina Rama milaya raja paradina Tumaro mancha vibhishana mana Lankeshwara pai sabajagajana Yuga sahastra jana parapanu Lilyotai madura palajanu Prabhu mudrika meli mukamai Jalari langikai acharajanai Durga makaja jagatake jete Sugamanugraha tumarete Rama duare tumarakovare Hotanagya binu pesare Sab sukala hai tumari sharana Tumarakshaka kahu kodarana Apana teja sumaro ape Tina loka katen kampe Puta pisachani katana yave Mahabira javana masanave Nasera gare sabapira Japatani randara hanumatabira Sangatu se hanumana churave Manikrama bachana dhyana cholave Sabapararama tapasvi raja Jina ke kaja sakala jumasaja Ora manorata joko ilave Suyamita jivana palapave Charon yuga paratapa tumara Hey paraseta jagata ujiara Sadhu santa ke tumara kovare Asurani kandana rama dulare Ashta siddhi navanidhi ke tata Asabharatina janaki mata Rama rasayana tumare pasa Sadara ho raghupati ke dasa Tumare bhajana Rama ji kompave Janma janama ke dukha bisarave Antakala raghubara purijai Jaha janma hari bhakta kahai Ora devata chitana darai Anumata se sarva sukha karai Sangati kate mite sabapira Jasumire Hanumata balabira Jai 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 Hanumana Gosai Kripa karo Gurudeva kinai Josatabara pati karkovi Jutai bani mahasukoi Joya pare Hanumana chalisa Hoi siddhi saki gaurisa Tulsi dasa sadhari chera Ki jenatari dai madera Pavanatanaya sankatarana Mangalamurati rupa Rama Lakshmana Sita Sahita Hridaya Vasahusura Bhupasya Ramachandra Pada Jai Sharanam Mangalamurati Marutanandam Sakala Mangalamulanikandam Mangalamurati Marutanandam Sakala Mangalamulanikandam Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shri Ma Jema Jema, Shri Ma Jema Jema, Shri Ma Shri Ma Jema Jema, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
So before I hand this over to Patti and Lee, I forgot to mention that we usually suggest donations, right? So Mark, if you can pop that into the chat there. I just thought I would point to Feeding America tonight. Feeding people is good, right? So let's feed people. So if you feel like making a donation, and you want to help feed people, you can. Or if there's somewhere else you want to give to in the spirit of helping others, supporting others during this time, feel free, of course. So that said, I am going to, Maria, I miss you too. I'm going to hand it over to Patti and Lee, and they will do some chanting and singing and guided meditation.
Hey.
Hello.
Thank you, Ambika. It's really wonderful to be with all of you this evening. We, like Ambika, miss our times together, and we are across the country now from New York, but we are holding all of you here in our hearts. And so we were blessed to take over the Nightwatch program, Lee and I, which was actually begun decades before we became a part of it in 1976. So almost 50 years ago. And when Lee and I took it over, we were just lucky enough to be introduced to Ambika, and she became a core part of our team and helped us design an evening for young people and adults that really was transformational. It was in the magnificence of the cathedral, and I encourage you all, if you haven't had a chance to go into the cathedral and walk through its chapels and its halls, please do so. It's open and inviting you. And one of the things that we thought was important to include into the program offerings was an interspiritual evening. And we wanted the folks that came to spend the evening with us to have an opportunity to recognize the beautiful magnificence of the spiritual practices across traditions. And we're very intentional about showing the intersection of these different practices and faith traditions, but also showing their beautiful distinction. And so we would start a Friday evening off lighting Shabbat candles and welcoming in the Sabbath, which was part of the Jewish, is part of the Jewish practice on Friday at dusk. And then we would move into different spiritual practices that would include meditation, Buddhist meditation, and Hindu chanting, and readings from the Quran, and so on and so on. So it was an incredibly rich evening. And one of the spiritual practices that we would introduce or reintroduce to those from my own, I should say, Christian tradition was contemplative Christianity. And it was a practice that began in the 3rd and 4th century by a group that we have since come to call the Desert Fathers and Mothers, who went out into the desert to escape from what they felt was, a kind of what was becoming a more transactional faith Christianity. And they wanted a more outward way of being, identifying as Christian. And they wanted to return back to the inner life, the inner spirit. So they went out into the desert, and they practiced contemplation, prayer, meditation. They were, ascetics, and they learned this from Jesus, right? And they learned about contemplation and how to practice contemplation from Jesus, which a lot of us today don't recognize that Jesus was actually the first contemplative. And it wasn't through learning about contemplation from his Sermon on the Mount, or his feeding of the 5,000, or his walking on water, or his healings, but it was actually learned from his temptation in the desert. Way before he even began his public ministry, he was sent out into the desert to be tempted by Satan. And Satan presented to Jesus all kinds of opportunities of wealth and power and authority and achievement. And Jesus was able to resist that engagement with Satan, that kind of, hamster mind of obsession and dialogue and back and forth and give and take, by simply reciting scripture.
He used a mantra.
He used a mantra, exactly. It was the first Christian mantra in the desert, where he was, resisting that temptation that Satan was offering him of the world, and he simply recited scripture. He refused to engage. And so the contemplatives in the desert, that's what they began with too. They started with scripture, a mantra, repetition, a chant. And Lee put together a beautiful song that's taken from the desert contemplatives, and I'll let him tell you a little bit about that.
So this song is got 3 parts to it, or 2 parts. A little part I'm adding on it to chant a little bit of Ram here as we chant the Psalms, knowing that God in all the languages and all the religions is the same God, right? It's that 1,000-petaled lotus that sits on top of our heads all the time, right? Regardless of the name. And anyway, so the chant of this is, you probably have it on your thing, is, "O God, come to my assistance. O Lord, make haste to help me." And this is a little mantra taken from Psalm 62 from the Hebrew Bible. And interestingly enough, when the desert mothers and fathers went to the desert, they cherry-picked a few things to take with them, and this was one of the ones that they took. They took this mantra with them. And you hear it chanted in monasteries still to this day, in the Gregorian forms and all kinds. So I took that line, that mantra, and it also has a beginning verse, which is a poem written by Rabbi Nachman, who was an 18th century rabbi in the Ukraine, much beloved. And he was known as the green rabbi, or the mystical rabbi. And as the story goes to this poem, one of his community members came and said, "Rabbi, how do we connect with God? Tell us what we need to do." So he thought about it, and he wrote this poem. And I'm just going to I've set just the first part to music, but if you get a chance, you can listen, you can read it in full. It's beautiful. It's all about going out into nature alone and by yourself, and just basically talking to God there, right? And being with him. So it starts with that verse, and then we get to the chant, "O God, come to my assistance," and with a little Hari Ram thrown in the end there. Okay, here's how it goes. Grant me the ability to be alone, and may it be my custom to go outside each day among the trees, among the grasses, among the trees, among the grasses. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. And there may I be alone and enter into prayer and talk with the one talk with the one that I belong to. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Oh God, come to my assistance. Come to my Lord, make haste to help me. Oh God, come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Hey, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. One more time. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Come to my assistance. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. So as you feel the energy of that chanting, singing flow through your body, notice. Notice your breath.
We're going to do a little bit of breathing together, and in this guided meditation, I want us, though, before we go deep, to remember where we are, and that we're at an anniversary where a year ago our world changed when it was announced that we were indeed in a pandemic. And I want us to hold that, invite us to hold that. And within that holding, recognize all the lives that were lost because of the coronavirus. We hold dear those souls and the families who are grieving. Some of you also have lost family, friends, friends of friends. There's not a single person who has not been impacted. And we are at this anniversary. So I want us to show ourselves some compassion. It's been a rough year, hard, in ways that we never thought we would encounter. And we need compassion. We need a recognition that we are in this time of communal grief, but also possibility. There are different words for compassion that I want to share, put out there for us as we continue through this guided meditation. We'll focus on compassion. Some other words that might come to mind are empathy and grace, mercy, tenderness, softness, kind-heartedness, care, generosity. And if you would like to put one of your hands, your right hand or your left hand, over your heart, it is a sign, a movement of compassion, self-compassion. I like to also put my other hand over my belly. And find a comfortable place for yourself. And taking a few relaxing breaths, not forced, very natural. Inhale and exhale. Noticing how your breath nourishes you and soothes you and soothes you as you exhale. And let it find its own natural rhythm. Feel that rhythm in your body. And as you focus now on your in-breath, allow yourself to relax into the sensation of that in-breathing and exhaling, the releasing, the letting go, the receiving. Feel that breath entering all parts of your body as it has already begun with your chanting. Take notice, if you can, where you're feeling it this moment. In your ankles, your knees, in your shoulders, in your belly, in your heart. And now I want want you to, in your breathing, breathe in something good for yourself. Something good for you. Breathe in, perhaps it's a quality of warmth, of acknowledgement and love, self-giving, mercy, forgiving, holding. Perhaps it's a color, green or blue, yellow, that you're imaging, or a place that you're resting in your imagination. And you're giving that to yourself as you breathe in and out. And in your next breath, holding that self-giving, bring another into your awareness, someone that perhaps you love, or someone that you know is struggling now. Imagine them, image them in your mind's eye, and offer them through your breath something good, kind. Offer them mercy, your compassion. Embrace them. Breathe into them healing, love, kindness, compassion. And as you continue to breathe, you may want to share this energy that you have now brought into yourself and shared with someone. You may want to now share it with many others. Perhaps you're thinking of a place or an area or a group that you love or don't even know, but you know could use some of that compassion that you've got in your energy now. And feel that flowing through you from your heart, from your belly, up through your third eye, up through your head, and out into the world in love and connection and community. We are all united. We are all connected in this web of life. There is no way that we can ever be disconnected. And we have found that out in this last year. How truly connected we are, near and far, and how dependent we are upon each other and upon this earth and upon this creation. And we breathe it in and we breathe it out. And now I invite you back into the space with us. In gratitude. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a good time for some spirituals.
Yes.
From the. Want to introduce it while I get tuned up here?
So Lee's going to play one that was one of our favorites at Nightwatch, and definitely one of Ambika's favorites, Wade in the Water. Some of you might know it, but it comes. It tells the story of the Israelites' escape from Egyptian slavery, and it comes from the Hebrew Bible. And that God opens up the Red Sea for the Israelites to make their way out of slavery and into liberation, and on the journey to the Promised Land. And so it's a beautiful spiritual that reminds us of our freedom, of our God-given liberty, our right to pursue our spiritual directions, and
You
we
ready?
are guided by that. Yes.
Here we go. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Wade in the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Here we go.
Wade in the water,
Wade in the water, children.
wade in the water.
God's gonna trouble
The water.
Who's that young girl dressed in white? Wade in the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Here we go.
Wade in the water,
Wade in the water, children.
wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Who's that young girl dressed in blue? Wade in the water. Must be the children coming through. God's gonna trouble the water. Here we go.
Wade in the water,
Wade in the water, children.
wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Here we go. Wade
In the water,
Here we go in the water. In the water, children. Wade
in the water.
God's gonna trouble
The water.
One more time.
Wade in the water.
We all going in the water. In the water, children. Wade
In the water.
God's gonna trouble
The water.
Here's the other favorite of Ambika that we have to do. Here we go, Mom. This is for you. Let it shine on me.
Let it shine on me. Let your light from the lighthouse
Let it shine
shine.
on me. Let it shine on me. Let it shine on me.
Let your light from the lighthouse
Let it shine on me. Here we go. My Lord, He's done just what He said. Let that light from the lighthouse, let it shine. Heal the sick, oh, and He raised the dead. Let that light from the lighthouse, let it shine on me. Let it shine on me. Let it shine on me.
Let your light from the lighthouse
Let it Christian, and I ain't ashamed. Let that light from the lighthouse, let it shine. Well, the angels up in heaven, they done wrote my name. Let that light from the lighthouse, let it shine on me. Here we go. Let it shine on me.
Let it shine on me. Let your light from the lighthouse
Let it shine
shine
on me. Let it shine on me. Let it shine on me.
Let your light from the lighthouse
Let it shine
on
One more time.
me.
Let it shine. Let it shine.
Let it
shine. Won't you let it shine? Let your light
from the lighthouse
let it
shine
Let it
on
shine.
me. Let it shine on me. Let it shine on me. Let your light from the lighthouse
Let it
shine
on me.
I hope you sang along.
To shine a light on my leg, it's gone to sleep. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna close with.
We're gonna
one
wrap
last-
up, yeah.
One more number.
Yeah. So this is we're up and we're ebb and flowing together in this little part that we're sharing with you. And, in my tradition, in the Christian tradition right now, we're in a season that's called Lent. And Lent is a 40-day journey. Jesus spent 40 days in the desert being tempted by Satan. There's a connection there. So we're being invited during 40 days of Lent to take this journey of self-reflection, of, contemplation, of, kind of a life review, of an opening of our hearts to a new relationship with the divine, with one another. And so this song, this chant that Lee composed, comes from the Bible, the New Testament part of the Bible, where at the end of Jesus's earthly life, he finds himself, you probably all know the story, tried and convicted of being a criminal, and in those days you were crucified. And so he was taken to Calvary and nailed to a cross and hung there between two other convicted criminals. You'll sometimes see depictions of 3 crosses in front of churches, perhaps, and those represent Jesus's cross of crucifixion, and the two next to him who had been convicted of being criminals. And one of them on one side of Jesus says, "Hey, if you're the Son of God, you can get us out of this situation, right? Come on, get us out. If you say who you say you are." And the criminal on the other side of Jesus looks at Jesus, and Jesus looks at him, and the man, for the first time, feels seen, absolutely seen, in a way that he had never fully been seen before. And his eyes are opened, and he recognizes that Jesus is this eternal light. And so he says to Jesus, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus' response to him, looking at him and seeing all of this man, says, "Today you will be with me in paradise."
Jesus, remember me when you come
into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lee.
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right.
It's good to seal it with a kiss.
All right, who's up next?
Oh,
Who's
so
up next?
anyway, thank you for letting us sing with you
I
and share with you. It was really wonderful for us. And next up is this was a family affair, and so our sons Evan and Brendan were all recruited to the Nightwatch team, and Evan is going to share with you some music that he composed and played at Nightwatch. So I turn it over to Evan, our elder boy.
Hi everyone. Sorry about that. I had to configure my settings here. And give me 1 second. It's quite dark, which was my worry earlier, because the sun has set. So just give me 1 moment here. Great. There we go. Hello. Yeah, so excellent. So, you know, as Patty said, my mom, this was a family affair, and so I joined my parents and my brother in the music and the chanting, and I'm going to share with you a couple of the songs that we did. And the first one is based on a koan that I think follows the same sort of through line as what my mother was talking about, which was sort of having compassion for yourself and seeing something sort of beautiful inside yourself. And so the words are pretty simple. You can definitely sing along once you get the hang of it. And there is some small changes in between the different parts, but I'll make sure to call those out. And the words are just inside your heart, the trees shine with a great light. And the word that changes is your, our, and then mine. So I'll make sure to call those out as we go through, and we can jump in. All right. And give me 1 second here. I'm going to move the mic. Inside your heart, inside your heart, inside your heart, the trees shine with a great light. My heart, inside my heart, inside my heart, inside my heart, the trees shine with a great light. Our heart, inside our heart, inside our heart. Inside our heart, the trees shine with a great light. Back to your heart. Inside your heart. Inside your heart. Inside your heart, the trees shine with a great light. My heart. Inside my heart. Inside my heart. Inside my heart, the trees shine with a great light. All right, our heart. Inside our heart. Inside our heart. Inside our heart. Inside our hearts, the trees shine with a great light. All right, let's do it again. Inside your heart. Inside your heart. Inside your heart, the trees shine with a great light. I hope you're singing along. Inside my heart. Inside my heart. Inside my heart, the trees shine with a great light. Our hearts. Inside our hearts. Inside our hearts. Inside our hearts, the trees shine with a great light. Thank you. So hopefully you sung along to that one. That's a great song to sing in a group, and I think koans in general work really well with instrumentation and with chanting, because the more you say them, the more layers just sort of peel back, and you really get into the groove. Great. So the next song that I'm going to sing is a version of the Beatitudes, that some little bit of kind of instrumentation that I have come up with. It's probably going to be difficult to sing along to this one, but if you know the Beatitudes and you like the melody, then sing along. But otherwise, enjoy. Blessed are the Spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are they who mourn, for they shall become fertile. They are blessed. They are blessed. And blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And blessed are they who hunger, for they shall be sad. Verses 5. They are blessed. They are blessed. And blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. They are blessed. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. And blessed are the persecuted, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. They are blessed. Blessed. Thank you. So I've got those two songs for you, and hopefully you're able to enjoy those and take something away. I quite like singing them. But next up in in the family line is going to be my brother, my younger brother, and he too has a nice voice. So I'm going to let him take it away. But thank you very much.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So, we are so grateful that you came tonight. I'm so happy to be here with you to share some music that we love. And, yeah.
Without further ado, we're going to be playing two songs for you tonight. And the first song is from a band called The Head and the Heart. So you all maybe know this song. It's called The Winter Song. And we would sing this song in Nightwatch, Bella and I. And it was our little duet. And we figured that we'd share it with you since we love the song. And here's how it goes.
Sorry, a bit of technical difficulties.
Tell me something, give me hope for the night. We don't know how we feel. We're just praying that we're doing this right. Though that's not the way it seems. Summer's gone, now winter's on its way. I will miss the days we had, the days we had. I will miss the days we had. We have a few comments saying that our sound is not very good. So let me turn up my microphone. One moment. Watch out. Turn this up. Do we sound any louder to you guys?
Testing. All right, should we?
I guess we should just. It sounds very windy.
Maybe.
Yeah, just close that. Sorry about this. We should have recognized the open window. To be fair, it is.
Okay.
everybody?
Mic is very noisy and scratchy. Is it much better?
Is this, oh, okay. Much better? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Yeah, we turned off
Cancellation is off.
echo cancellation.
Let's see.
This is what we get for.
For
Does it sound any better?
hello. Testing.
Better now?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Better? Okay. Sorry about that, everyone.
I'm so sorry about
Had
that.
to have some technical difficulties.
You know what I also realized is this wire, it's the only one we have, and it's a little shoddy. So
Let's start.
we might as well just start from the top.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay. Winter song. Tell me something, give me hope for the night. We don't know how we feel. We're just praying that we're doing this right, though that's not the way it seems. Summer's gone, now winter's on its way. I will miss the days we had, the days we had. I will miss the days we had. Love and leaving, it's too late for us now. Such esteem for each has gone. Has time driven our season away? 'Cause that's the way it seems. In the world of the speech that is new, I'll be back again to stay, again to stay. Be back again to stay, again to stay. I'll be back again to stay. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you all for bearing with us.
Yeah.
You guys are very, very sweet, very supporting. And so the next song that we're gonna play for you is more of a chant, and it's also a song that we played at Nightwatch, of course. And it is called "All Shall Be Well," and we wrote the music, just simple chords. And the chant goes, "All shall be well, all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well." It's super simple. You guys will definitely get it. And please sing along with us. We can feel the energy.
Yeah. Oh, we will also be swapping out like all, you, and I. So all shall be well, you shall be well, I shall be well. And we're going to do that a few times.
All right.
Let's get into it. shall be well.
Thank you guys so
Thank you,
much
everyone.
for letting us share, all of us, Ambika, the rest of my family, the rest of the Nightwatch band, for letting us share with you these songs that we loved singing for all the years that we did. And without further ado, we're going to
Take it back to Ambika.
take it back to Ambika. Thank you guys again.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, that was so beautiful, all of you. And I'm really feeling that mood that the collective created for Nightwatch at St. John the Divine. And it's also sort of giving me a heartache because I miss you all so much. And I miss that gathering where we would come together and sing together, and singing together and harmonizing together was really magical. And it really, Nightwatch really was a magical event. You know, it just, every time I would show up, and it was late too. Like we went, you know, we had that midnight mass, so we didn't end until 12:30 or 1. And, you know, on Friday you're pretty tired and you don't, any kind of week could have been happening. Although these days, wasn't like it is these days. But anyway, you could have had any kind of week, and then you'd show up to Nightwatch and you'd be exhausted and maybe feeling like, I don't even know. And we would just drop in. I would come into that space of the cathedral, which has its own magic. And then we would start singing together. We would play some games. We would pray. And just every single time I really felt the presence of the divine. I really felt that connection. And I'm just really grateful to have been with you all for so many years doing this. And I'm grateful that you could join us here tonight on the Brooklyn Kirtan Collective page, and some of you are watching on my page, Ambika, and on YouTube. And Alex asked about YouTube, and yeah, it's on YouTube, on my channel on YouTube, Ambika Chant, and it'll stay there for however long YouTube exists. Also, I've been asking Lee for years and years and years to record. For as many years as we've been doing it, I've been asking Lee if we could record some of these songs, and he's been saying, And so finally, recently, he was like, hey, Ambika, and I love to imitate him. Hey, Ambika. I think we can do this. I think we can record, long distance. So I am really hoping that we get that together and that we do an album, because I love these songs. I really would like them to be out there for everyone to hear and for myself to listen to whenever I feel like it. I do play them sometimes at kirtans, like I do. But it's not the same when it's not with all of us. So this kind of mood, this bhav, this really special space that's been created by everyone here, again, it's really poignant for me. And I am super grateful. So I don't know what I want to sing now. Let's think about that. Okay, let's sing Ubikaritas, which is, this is a prayer in Latin. And the words for Ubikaritas, it's Ubikaritas et amor Deus ibi est. And the translation is, where there is charity and love, there is God. So I came up with this melody for Nightwatch, and I fell in love with this prayer because when we were doing the nights that weren't interspiritual, we were doing Christian nights, I was thinking about how much I love to sing in Sanskrit. And part of why I love to sing in Sanskrit, there are many reasons. It's the vibrations of the language, but it's also because when I'm not singing in English, I'm not thinking conceptually. It's freeing, right? And so I thought, you know, it would be nice to sing something in Latin at Nightwatch for everyone that's in the Christian tradition. And so this was the prayer that really resonated with me. I love this message of where there is charity and love, there is God. And so I came up with a very simple melody for just this part. And I think also it's my newest release. So there is a recording of this, and it's on my Bandcamp page with all my music, and I'm giving 50% of the profits for this song. Anything you pay for it on Bandcamp, I'll give 50% of that to Cathedral Community Cares, which is the cathedral's social services arm, and they feed people and they clothe people, and they prepare people for interviews, for job interviews, and they really give a lot to the local community. So if you want to purchase any of my music, actually it's all on Bandcamp, or you can go to my website and check it out there. Okay, so let's sing it. Ubikaritas et amor Deus ibies 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 Ubikaritas Deus ibi est, Ubikaritas et amor. Deus ibi est, Ubikaritas et amor. Deus ibi est, Ubikaritas et amor. Deus ibi est. Okay, so we'll now do a gospel song. He's Sweet, I Know. And I'll also sing She's Sweet, I Know, because we got to give it up to the mother. And I learned this song when I was in high school. I was in gospel chorus. I was in high school in New York City, and I joined the gospel chorus as soon as I could because I'd heard the music and I loved it. And, you know, anyone could join. They couldn't keep you out. So they were stuck with me. And it was interesting because at the time I was this, you know, pretty much a punk rocker, and definitely not Christian. I was, you know, culturally Jewish, although I was busy reading Nietzsche and like all kinds of stuff. And I, you know, I wasn't a believer in any kind of religion or really in God, although I will say I always had a very strong longing for the mystical. But at that time, you know, my sort of more mystical connection was to music that wasn't spiritual necessarily. But I'd heard the music of the gospel chorus, and our gospel chorus, there were students, it was student run. It was completely led by students, and there was always a student director, and there was always, and the composers were all students. And so, they came from all over to be part of this gospel chorus. It was really one of the best anywhere. It was so juicy and exciting. And and the feeling that I felt when I was in that chorus was just, I really hadn't felt that except, you know, when I was at a concert of like a band I loved passionately. But just in that room, you know, every day we would rehearse, and it was really magical. And I remember one time we used to play we used to tour locally. We would tour, and we were playing some other school. We were in a gym, I think, or I don't know, an auditorium. I can't really remember, but we were elsewhere. I remember I had to get a dress and dress up. I remember that. And I'd say 90-something% of the students in the chorus were devout Baptists. And they they were living their faith in a very real way, in a way that I had never experienced. Their faith was fierce and beautiful. And I was kind of a spectator, but I was happy to immerse myself in the ocean that they kind of were creating, right? And one time when we were on this tour and we did this one concert, we had a director at the time whose name was Mary, and we used to call her Mother Mary. She was from the South and had moved to, New York City. And she was super commanding, Mother Mary, right? She was only 16 or 17. We all were, right? Or 18, whatever she was. And she was just she had a really great presence. She was beautiful and strong and fierce. And that evening when we went on during that concert, she started to feel the Spirit of Christ. And she became just sort of possessed. And she started, grabbing people by their collars, like in the audience, and just pulling them to their knees and yelling in their faces and saying, "Praise Jesus!" And calling out to Jesus. And everybody in the chorus really went with her. Everybody in that room really went with her. And people were dancing and crying and fainting, like I was holding people. And it was, at that point, I want to say it was kind of like my first kirtan experience was gospel chorus for me. I'd never experienced anything like that. And I had a friend who, the next day we were all just vibrating after that, right? And the next day, my friend who was in the chorus, but also in my homeroom class, we were talking, and he was like, "So how was that for you last night?" And I was like, "That was pretty wild and amazing and beautiful and crazy." And he was like, "So what would you say, did you feel that?" He said, "Did you feel that?" And I was like, "Of course I felt that. I would have to be dead not to feel that. That was undeniable." And he said, "What do you think that was? What would you call that?" And I didn't have a word for that at the time. And I said, "I don't really know. I guess I would call it energy." And he said, "I would call that Jesus." And I was like, fair enough. If that's Jesus, I'm in, But I also couldn't make the leap at that time. Like, that was a big leap for me. I could be in the chorus, but I wasn't ready to sort of convert to Christianity, right? So the other thing that happened the next day was we were in the gospel chorus room. We were back at rehearsal, back in our room, ready to do whatever, get things better, or try out a new song or whatever we did. And the dean came to see us. And I was like, "Whoa, the dean's here. Like, why is the dean here?" And I naively really thought he was there to tell us what a great job we'd done and how wonderful we were, because I thought we were wonderful. And so, in fact, though, I was wrong. He was there to reprimand us and tell us how unprofessional we'd been, and to shame us and say how we should never, ever behave that way again, and how dare we, and blah, 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 right? So I was totally just mouth open, shocked. I didn't even know what was happening or why he would be saying these things. And I was like, wow. But quickly, very quickly, the response in the room was that everybody started giggling, and they broke out in hysterical laughter, and they said to him, "Tell that to Jesus." And that was like, if I didn't love them before that, that was it. I mean, I did love them, right? But that for me was just they were all the way in. Tell that to Jesus. So that's my really long gospel chorus story. And this is really, I remember parts of other songs, but this is the only song for whatever reason that I remember the whole thing. So I'm going to do my best to play it, which is not as good as when Lee plays it with me. And when we did it in gospel chorus, we did it a cappella, and we had all the harmonies, and it was amazing. So if I really mess it up, I'll just go back to a cappella. So we'll start with He's Sweet I Know, because that's how I learned it, but we'll switch back and forth between he and she. He's sweet, I know. He's sweet, I know. Sweet, I know. Sweet, I know. Dark clouds may rise. Winds may blow. I found a Savior, and He's sweet, I know. She's sweet, I know. She's sweet, I know. Sweet, I know. Sweet, I know. Dark clouds may rise. Winds may blow. I found a Savior, and she's sweet, I know. clouds may rise, winds may blow. I found a Savior, and she's sweet. I know. Last time. He's sweet. I know. He's sweet. I know. Sweet. I know. Sweet. I know. Dark clouds may rise, winds may blow. I've found a Savior, and He's sweet. I know. Okay, so the last one I'll do is something many of you have heard before. This is the metta chant. And metta, M-E-T-T-A, means loving kindness. And this is really a meditation people do silently, in which you're wishing yourself well and you're wishing others well. It's kind of been a theme throughout the night, right? There's been a lot of chants with may I be, may you be, may we all be. So the words are translated from the Pali, and this is a loose translation of phrases that I learned from Sharon Salzberg and her colleagues when I was working with her, when I went to the Insight Meditation Society and did a whole week of this kind of meditation, a silent retreat. We did this meditation. So it's, may I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I live with ease. And may you, may we, may all beings everywhere. And this was actually, the legend goes that this was created by the Buddha. He gave this meditation and this prayer to the monks when they were all with him, and he had sent them out into the jungle to meditate in India some 2,500 or so years ago. And he sent them out into the jungle, the forest, to meditate. And they came running back after the evening or, in the night. And they were like, there are ghosts, there are demons, there are wild animals, and we're not going back there unless you give us some kind of protection. So this was the protection. And the legend goes they went back into the jungle and they did this meditation, this prayer over and over, and all in the jungle became peaceful. All demons, all ghosts, all beings became peaceful. And so it's an antidote to fear, and it's also a great antidote to anger. And it's funny because I really, really love this practice very much, and I was a real hater of, sorry for those of you who love it, who love affirmations. Back in the 80s, 90s, affirmations became quite popular, and I always hated them. I'm just way too cynical. But this practice, there's something about it that really resonates with me, and I never in a million years thought I would create a song around phrases like this, but I did. So this is a very simple melody I came up with for this particular prayer meditation. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I live with ease. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I live with ease. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. May all be happy and peaceful. May all be healthy and strong. May all be safe and protected. May all live with ease. May all be happy and peaceful. May all be healthy and strong. May all be safe and protected. May all live with ease. May all be happy and peaceful. May all be healthy and strong. May all be safe and protected. May I live with ease. May all be happy and peaceful. May all be healthy and strong. May all be safe and protected. May all live with ease. May all be happy and peaceful. May all be healthy and strong. May all be safe and protected. May all live with ease. So sadly, our night needs to come to a close. I mean, the night goes on, but we're going to end. So I'm just going to om a little, and then I'm going to invite everybody back to say a last goodbye to you all. I love you too, Shamalama. Okay. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And I want to just say thank you to Anna and Mark for running things behind the scenes and supporting us tonight. Thank you. So let's bring everybody on the screen so we can say goodbye together.
We're the only ones left.
Oh, that's it? The boys left?
The boys are gone.
I'll
Oh,
never
well,
be
the
happy.
boys left, so we'll just say goodbye for them. We love
Yes.
them. Kids these days. Oh, wait, Evan's here. Bring Evan on.
Oh, Evan's here. Okay,
Evan's
there was
in.
Evan.
Evan's
Hey,
here.
Evan.
He's eating.
Hey. I know. I need to eat too.
Oh.
Thank you, guys. I
It was
love
so
you.
much. We enjoyed it so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna miss
Miss you.
miss everybody.
Yeah, I miss you so much.
Oh, man. And we'll do it again sometime, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll do it again for sure. Love
Okay.
to all. Have a
All
great
right.
night, everyone.
All
Peace.
Peace to all. Bye.
right. Bye.
Okay.
Brendan, love to all.